And oh, it's already recording. Okay, so what I'll do, guys, is build into it. I'll just close this. Okay, well, hello and welcome everybody. Thanks for sharing your valuable time with us here tonight. I'm Andrew Twelftree, and today I'm going to share something that's pretty close to my heart. It's actually helped around the world a way out as well. So what we're going to do is how to create the lifestyle of a professional investor without a huge outlay of time or money. Now, I'm guessing this might not be your first information call on how to get some freedoms in your life. The first thing I'd like to mention is if you've struggled or failed to generate any lasting passive income in the past, it's not your fault. The information you're required to do it is not taught in our education systems around the world. In my view, that's absolutely deliberate, but that's a whole other story. So unless you went out and studied at university or had wealthy parents, how are you supposed to know? Personally, I wish I knew then what I know now. I'm sure you feel the same way. So if you've been worried that you haven't been able to reach financial yet, I'll put those fears to rest. You can do this. You just need the right information and the right people to explain it. Now, the system, schools, news, movies, parents, banks, governments, everything and everyone is out there to make you go to school, get a good education or a degree, get a good job and work hard for 40 to 50 years and you'll have a great life. But really, what does that get you? All right. A crippling debt to start out life, especially if you go to university, I know that for sure. No time, no freedom, living paycheck to paycheck until you retire at 70 if you're lucky, with failing health due to so many years of stress. Would that sound about right? All right, so if you've ever thought about that the governments and the banks actually want you to fail, you're probably right. They don't benefit from you succeeding. They want to keep you in debt and in need. The difference with us is we actually care about your success and truly want to see you living the life of your dreams. So what's this call going to do for you tonight? Now, I'm trying to get to help two kinds of people. All right. For those who've been working for 20 years or more and that are not in the position to retire financially free, and for those just starting out, you'll learn how to avoid years of stress and struggle in the workforce. So how are we going to do that? We're actually going to explain to you what the new economic evolution of the world is and how it can help you escape all those years of pain and suffering. Now, before we go too far, we do need to do a complaint. Registered brokers or advisors, consider information offered as recommendation or personal advice. All business opportunities come with risks, so please be responsible for your own results. Figures offered are for illustrative purposes only. We do not offer financial advice. Please do your own due diligence and seek confirmation from a licensed accountant or financial advisor for compliance in your country. So, now that being said, who am I? My name's Andrew Twelftree. I'm a president within the new group of companies. That's me with Entree getting the plaque. I'm an international speaker, actually spoke in India. A private investor both inside and outside of SWIG. I'm a full-time online marketer and networker. I'm obviously Australian with my accent, but I live in the Philippines by choice. I love my cryptocurrency and I'm a global investment portfolio co-owner. Now, it's been a pretty whirlwind 2019. We've been to many countries. You can see India, Malaysia, London, Belarus a couple of times. It's been a pretty wild year, but I never used to be. I used to be a civil engineer. Now, where do we go? Sorry, guys. Used to be a civil engineer. Now, I used to work 10 to 12 hours a day, 5 to 6 hours, 5 to 6 days a week. The alarm would go off at 5:30. I'd press sleep once for 9 minutes. I'd roll out of the bed, through the shower, kettle on, toast in, get dressed, coffee and toast out the door by 5:49, or I'd catch the traffic. I'd arrive at 7 a.m. I'd have had a phone in each ear, right? One with the boss, one with the workforce, and basically everyone else would go home at 5 hours, so just to catch up on the paperwork. So add to that an hour and a quarter drive home again. Make it for a long day, all right? That's not living, guys, that's surviving. And pretty soon I learned to resent the time I spent at work instead of at home with the family where I should have been, okay? So obviously, as I said, it's been a whirlwind run this year. I've been to India, Belarus a couple of times, London, Malaysia, but it wasn't always sunshine and rainbows. Now, not all that long ago, everything had culminated to a point where I had $50 to my name, and I was staying in a construction yard of a friend of mine on a roll-out bed in the floor of one of his offices because I couldn't afford to stay in a hotel. I had a flight back to the Philippines in 13 days where I had a place to live at least, but I had no real income coming in. So it was basically build this or starve. All right, so that's where I came from. Obviously, this is a photograph of that construction yard, okay? I had to sit my laptop on that bin next to this wall because it's the only place I could get internet. There's my office chair, the upturned esky there, and the coffee and water. That was my office for 12 to 18 hours a day, working my backside off building this. Now, funnily enough, out of those 13 days that I spent there, I sponsored 3 separate vice president legs. All right. So there's a testament that if you go out, put all fear aside, and really go out and do the work that needs to be done, magic will happen. So good news though, we got through and obviously continued to build the business to get up to the president rank, which is all very exciting. A lot of dreams came true, including speaking on stage. So back in February last year, in the Malaysia function, we heard about the announcement of our second project was about to be launched. Now that being the CryptoUnit, it actually launched in 2019, and it's been a whirlwind since then. So we've since had a rebranding to the new economic evolution of the world. All right. So what is it? All right. Our first project was the Innovative Transport Technology Project. We are new. All right. We sell education, how to make money, multiply it, create wealth, and keep it. Okay. That's the education we sell. Now, in our first project, when we sold that education, half the money would go to the innovative transport technology to help develop it. And in return, we'd get equity ownership in it as a bonus. All right. Our second project, our CryptoUnit program, which is wrapped around a global investment portfolio, which we'll explain in a minute. When we participate in the education, all right, we got as a bonus tokens or units in the CryptoUnit program. Coincidentally enough, this portfolio is one of the largest shareholders in the innovative transport technology sector. So in fact, we killed 2 birds with 1 stone. But the added bonus here is we receive both loyalty bonuses and profit share bonuses from the CryptoUnit program on a monthly basis. So what is new and what are the 3 pillars of new? All right, education. Okay. Education, information products. Now, we know about the existing education system. We've just talked about it. It forces you to work hard, get a job and work all your life, all right? By the end of it, you'll have limited assets, all right? You'll have a few holidays a year. The income is limited to your performance. But on the other side of the fence, our system, our teachings teach you how to fast track to the wealth creation mindset, to develop business interests and investments so we can have people and money working for you. What's on offer here? Unlimited, uncapped passive income and financial freedom. Now, when people hear financial freedom, they have visions of mansions, Lamborghinis, 50-foot yachts and private jets. Really, it's not. It is if you can learn to cover your expenses existing with passive income, are you not financially free? Could you work on business and investments after that and work on lifestyle? Absolutely. So freedom and choices are a lot closer than you think, ladies and gentlemen. So that's the education side. Now, it will become more and more apparent as we work through it. But this is what generally gets people excited, is the co-ownership component of the 3 pillars of new. Now, at this point, I'd like to introduce you to Andre Harato. He's our CEO. He is a professional investor. He's a self-made multimillionaire, the creator of the Academy of a Private Investor, which is an education course teaching you how to become a professional investor. He's the founder of New and the Innovative, which was the Innovative Transport Project, and he's also a finance and investments business coach. Now, this is our global investment portfolio. It's very diversified. We're into 20 different investment instruments throughout the industry. It was started back in 2014, where Andre knew we would need an instrument for us to promote moving forward as the innovative technology came to an end. So he pulled $26,000 out of his own pocket and started an investment portfolio for us. They utilised the strategies we teach and invested the money, and not over the next 5 years, turned that into $12 million as of the launch in March 2019. Now, last update, that was up to over $157 million from 12. Right, it's had some astronomical growth. All right. Now, we've got, I'll just skim over a few. We'll get into in more detail in a minute. We've got real estate developments, a couple of resorts. We've got just shy of 2 billion transport shares. Gold mines, we've got 3 existing, one's producing, and we are negotiating a 4th in Australia. We're trading gold. We're on the US stock market with several, multiple projects. Russian stock markets, UG Pay, their own online banking system and international money transfer solution. We've got a banking license and brokerage firms. We're in the movie industry. We've got cash investments and reserves, and we've got our cryptocurrency ATMs to marry up with the GeniePay. So let's compare our CryptoUnit Club to other instruments out there on the market. Now, many people would have heard of an ICO, all right? And that's an initial coin offering, okay? Now, that is an unregulated industry where traditionally in the past, it's been fairly hit and miss. A lot of unscrupulous people have launched these and run away with people's money, leaving people, burnt, dismayed, angry, and gun-shy to new opportunities. But we are in the pre-launch of a security token offering. The security being an operative word, that indicates that there is an asset backing our offering, all right? Now, the asset in our case is the global investment portfolio that we've just touched on. Now, that's gone from $26,000 to $12 million at the launch and has grown to $157 million as of about 3 weeks ago, all right? Now, that's a pretty strong uptrend, isn't it? Absolutely. Now, if the asset or the portfolio backing our coin or our token is had that kind of growth, what do you think that'll do to the price of the coin? Absolutely. Who wants some of that? Now, phase 2 is our global merchandising phase, where we'll have our stage rollout, where we'll basically hit the free market. Okay. Once the public launch happens, when newly released tokens are let go, 65% of every dollar spent gets put back into the portfolio, increasing its size significantly. All right, and we're talking hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we've been receiving loyalty bonuses every month since May, and this will continue to happen along with our bonus profits portfolio. Now, this portfolio is designed to last for generations. Look at the investments within it. That will give us the opportunity to, as we accumulate these tokens now, have a passive income that will last us out. We'll end up willing this onto our children and them to theirs. Is that what not what everybody is looking for? Absolutely. So for a moment, let's talk about the US dollar. Back in '71, Richard Nixon temporarily removed the gold standard from the US dollar, which at that point caused every currency around the world to become a fiat currency. At that point, also it allowed banks and governments to conjure money up out of thin air. They've been doing so in the trillions, you know, quantitative easing, 1, 2, 3, and more. Banks don't lend money these days, they create it. That's why it's so hard to get these days, to get by these days, because it's the buying power of our dollar is being diluted by the minute. And just on a side note, if you study the history of money, every fiat currency in the history of time, and there's been over 600 of them, have returned to its intrinsic value of zero. Why will this be any different? If you're not prepared for what's going to happen in the near future, you could very well get wiped out. Back in the 50s and 60s, you could actually exchange your money for gold. Now, gold is a brilliant store of value. Back in the Roman days, you could buy a chariot with a bar of gold, and today you could buy a car. Now, imagine if you had these 4 shiny bars of gold sitting on your kitchen bench. Is there any way that you could turn them into 20 bars of gold without, of the same size, without buying it, digging it up out of your garden, or hijacking the golden goose? You can't, can you? Because it's a finite amount of a precious metal. This is why banks and governments hate it, because they can't print it. Now, on the other side of the fence, our golden goose, our global investment portfolio, or our CryptoUnit program, literally can produce 20 bars of gold because we own several gold mines. Now, do you realise that you are part owners by owning tokens within this portfolio? So you are part owners of that gold mine. I hope you understand that, along with all the shares and investments within that portfolio. So let's have a look at some of the investments and see if we can't get you a little bit excited. First of all, we've got the venture capital segment. All right, we've got the innovative transport section, which we've been helping to develop over the last 5 years. The next one is the basalt technology. Now, this is way yonder exciting, guys. We are in the process of building a production plant in Poland, and thereon after we will have distribution centres and production facilities all around the world. Now, this basalt is derived from volcanic rock. They melt it down and build a continuous fibre from it. They can build, make textiles, construction materials. Now, who knows, every concrete structure has steel reinforcement bars within it, right? Steel is heavy, it's expensive, right? It's difficult to handle on construction sites, and it corrodes, causing concrete cancer. Basalt can build these bars that are lighter, stronger, don't corrode, lighter to handle, and a fraction of the price. Do you reckon we'll corner the market in time on that one? Absolutely. You can also build car skins. We're already talking with Boeing and BMW about their industries. Space technology, we can build household furniture, 3D printing, all right? There's so many applications with basalt that it is a, what do they say? It's a multi-quadrillion dollar industry. We have a company that has 50% ownership, and they could very well corner 26% of the market. And that doesn't get you excited. We are in the precious metals sector. We already have 3 gold mines in hand. Eurogold, as you can see, that gold mine's producing already. We've got Ghana and Tanzania gold mines, and we are negotiating another one in Australia. We also trade in gold as well, which is very profitable also. All right, last update, we had 13.3 metric tons of gold already extracted, and there are hundreds of tons of gold available in these different gold mines. So if that doesn't get you excited, we're also in the banking sector, all right? We have investment holdings that own banking licenses. UG Pay is our own fully licensed online banking, right? Genie Pay is a global payment solution, and CryptoMat is our ATMs. Now, we fully expect, along with Shikard, which we'll talk about later, a fully integrated ecosystem within our portfolio, and we're part owners of it. Who would like to be on the winning side of bank transaction fees? Absolutely. Now, if that doesn't get you excited, we're in the stock market. We've got investments in the US stock market, the Russian stock market, in the ICO industry, and which are PIFs, all right, that's that one. And we're already making significant money there. We are also in the cryptocurrency market. Obviously, we've got our CryptoUnit, we've got our STO, ICO investments. We've also got a trading bot that we're experimenting with that's already making money. All right, that's just on the side. If that doesn't get you excited, we are equity owners in different businesses. Now, Sushi Master, right, is a restaurant chain in the Japanese cuisine. But it's not only Sushi Master. We have Master Grill, which is a steakhouse. All right, we're going to have Vegan Master, Keto Master, Master Pizza. All right, we're going to have a whole different range of restaurants under the Master banner. We already have around 300 Sushi Master stores that we have equity ownership in. Now, we also have many franchises. We have 4 50/50 franchises with Sushi Master, where we front the money to get the store up and running. That money gets returned out of profits once it's at 100%, once the store opens, and thereon after, we share the profits 50/50 with Sushi Master Corporate that manage the store for us. I say rack them up all day long. We also have a 100% franchise in Belarus, in Minsk, in Belarus. All right, that opened on the 29th of December, so how cool is that? All right, Shikard is the other one. Now, we have a significant proportion of ownership of this. Now, Shikard is a loyalty program where you'll either get cashback or discounts at vendors all around the world. Now, that I expect will be matched up with Genie Pay, our UG Pay, and our online banking, and have a whole ecosystem that will make us an absolute fortune, guys. That, I believe, is in the very, very near future. So keep your hats on, guys. It's coming. Now, if that doesn't get you excited, we're also in the movie industry. When we were in India in October, we met Dragon Man. Right? We are actually making a film based for the Indian and Chinese markets that will be extremely profitable. Okay, to the point where I believe it's going to cost about $2.5 million to create the film, and if it goes off, which it very well could, we could generate anywhere up to $90 to $100 million from that movie. And in fact, Andre gave us an indication that we could use pre-buying or pre-ownership of movies, where people can spend $4 or $5 to be part owners in the film right before it's even made. Imagine getting millions of people to pay $5 a pop and then make the movie. It's a lay down absolute winner before you even create the movie. How cool is that? Now, if that doesn't get you excited, we're also in the real estate. Right? We have land in Phuket, Thailand, and we also have land on the beachfront of the Black Sea in the Crimea. Now, we have seen villas and floor plans for all of the different resorts we're going to build in those 2 locations. And we are in the planning, final stages of planning for that as well. We're about to go out and construct them. And we'll be using the Marriott timeshare kind of business model to profit share and make it a very profitable venture. We also are in the gemstone industry. We actually have the equipment to grow diamonds mechanically. Now, these are diamonds. We can grow up to 1 carat diamonds, and they are of such quality that you can barely tell the difference between a grown diamond and a natural one. Now, the profit in this sector could be, or is insane, but we have the option to actually create a jewelry chain as well and sell these diamonds for 5 or 6 times the price. So I believe we'll be doing both. Very, very exciting. So guys, we are also in the ICO market. Now, these are just a few of our investments. Revolve is a LA-based clothing company. We've invested in that, and CrowdStrike, which is a antivirus software company for businesses. We've invested in both of these and more than doubled our money in a short period of time. Fiverr, all right? Most of you know who that are. And Chewy. Now, this is who I thought it was, but in reality, it's an online pet store, large in America. They wanted to go international, all right? The banks wouldn't give them the money, so they sought us out. We did an equity ownership swap for some cash and gave them the equity they needed to go out and go international. Now, who remembers or who knows the show called Shark Tank, where people come in and pitch their businesses and products in hope of getting some investment in exchange for equity ownership. Now, funny, we are the sharks now. In fact, about 3 or 4 days ago, in our back office, the button came up saying, pitch your products. All right, so we are actually requesting people to do just that. We are the Shark Tanks now. We can pick and choose the best investments that suit our guidelines on both capital growth and ongoing revenue. All right, so very, very exciting. We'll just run through a few others. We've got Adaptive Technology, Change Healthcare, The Real, Medallia, Health Catalyst, Live On, just to name a few. Now, guys, that is all the co-ownership, what I was just talking about for the last 10 minutes, right? By participating in the education, you get co-ownership in all of that as a bonus, guys. Now, the third pillar is business. Now, if you embrace all 3 of these, and I'm about to run through business in a moment, after I have a sip of water, hang on. Now, the business one is the one that I embraced along with the education and co-ownership, and that's helped me go from living on a rollout bed on an office floor in a construction yard to freedom and choices as a president of the company. All right, that's why. Now, you can actually earn financial freedom passively. Now, to do that, all you need to do is accumulate or involve yourself in enough of the education programs to accumulate a lot of tokens in the global investment portfolio. Then you can basically sit back and wait for the portfolio to grow. All right, that will take time. All right? Or you can share this absolutely life-changing opportunity with others, giving them the same opportunity you've got to earn commissions and generate some freedom and choices in their lives. By doing so, you can earn commissions and bonus tokens. Now, obviously, the more you share it, the more these commissions and bonus tokens will be. Now, by doing that, that will absolutely compound your efforts and get you to freedom a lot sooner. Sorry, guys, I'm really getting dry throated here. Let me share 3 secrets of the new economic evolution of the world with you. First, you can fast track your knowledge and mindset to that of the super wealthy. Here's where it's all at, guys, the mindset. And where does that come from? Your education, all right? And knowledge is power as well. We can start your portfolio by tapping you into our CryptoUnit program, allowing you to be part owners in the global investment portfolio, giving you a huge head start into your investment portfolio and on the path to freedom. You can learn to compound your efforts significantly by helping others on their path to their freedom by sharing this awesome opportunity. Now, this combination, all right, education, co-ownership, and business is only available with us. All right. So very easy to get started, ladies and gentlemen. Grab the link from the person who has referred you to this presentation. We have lots of news, training and support groups. So if you just want to share this with a couple of people here and there, or you want to build it like the business it really is and can be, we've got the news, training and supporting for that. We want you to become a professional investor both inside and outside of our company, so we can all create multiple passive income streams to help others reach out their financial freedom and in turn help us reach our own. So we can all start doing what we love and follow our passion. Now, what we're also doing, guys, is leaving a legacy for your family. You will be the one they talk about in generations to come. Imagine sitting there in your wheelchair in many years' time, and your great-great-grandkids come up and give you a big hug and say, "Thank you, Pop, for all that work you did all that years ago to help us have the lifestyle we've got today." All right, your name will live on. So, guys, this is an absolutely awesome opportunity. I would encourage you to embrace it and run with it, because it's changed my life, and not only mine, so many other people's lives around the world. Testimonials are thick and fast. So that completes the official part of the presentation. So what we'll actually do is allow me to have a bit of a sip of water and open it up for questions and answers. So there we go, guys. Now, if you can type in the chat or raise your hand if you've got any questions, guys, or comments. All right, did my internet phase in and out a little bit during that? Okay. Ramesh, thank you. I'm a little bit out of practice, but I've done that presentation a few times. We run 3 meetings, well, really 6 meetings a week, but I've actually recorded a video and edited all the okays and all rights out of it, which I know I say quite often. So have you guys got any questions? Raise your hand or type it in the chat. All right, I hear sound that the STO might become before March 31st. Now, we are migrating on the Ethereum blockchain as we speak. Okay, my tokens have already been migrated. Many have. All right, and that will be an ongoing process because we've got millions of members. Now, after that's completed, my understanding is that we'll have an internal exchange prior to March 31st, which will allow us to buy and sell our released tokens. You won't be able to sell all of them. Right, and one, that would be a rather silly thing to do, knowing that what these tokens will be worth in the future and the ongoing monthly bonuses we're going to earn from them. All right. Just think of it this way, guys. There are 5 different investments within our portfolio that could drive our coin to a skyrocketing price. All right, you've got your basalt, you've got the innovative transport technology, you've got your gold mines, you've got your Chicard, and you've got your restaurant chain. Any one of those investments could drive the price of our coin/token sky high. What if they all go? And what will happen when they all go? Because they all are going right now. After March, all right, on that update webinar that Andre did, after March, they'll be working on their own blockchain. Okay, so we're all fingers crossed at mid-year, maybe earlier, but you know, this is the schedule that they released. All right, that will be going on to the crypto exchanges, and then later in the year we'll be going on there with all of our stablecoin, our unit, and our world crew, which is our derivative instrument. All right, now do you guys want me to explain what a derivative instrument is, or my understanding of it? All right, a derivative instrument, guys, is kind of like your S&P 500, right? Which is an index that's basically the total value of the top 500 companies on the US stock market. They add all those prices up. That gets you a price up here, and it's an index, all right? So the price of the S&P 500 is derived exactly from the prices of all the top 500 companies, all right? Our World Crew instrument will be derived from the price of our Crew stablecoin, which will be backed by the global portfolio. That stablecoin will increase in price, okay? With the portfolio, is my understanding, okay? Now, when our coin goes on the market, all right, they're going to pretty quickly work out that if you own the coins or the tokens or a share in our global portfolio, that on the 8th of the following month, you're going to get a loyalty bonus. What do you think that's going to do to the price of the coin come the end of the month? Everyone's going to want to own them, aren't they? So the price is going to go whoosh, and then maybe drop back a bit. But I'll tell you what, if Andre's smart, which he is, they'll release a bucket load of these tokens at the higher price when it spikes up like this, because every dollar spent, 65% of that into the portfolio. Now, with that, 10% set aside for a loyalty bonus. What do you think that's going to do to the loyalty bonus? All right. So guys, this will go insane. All right. We've had a couple of slow months. Yep. Turnover is going like this at the moment. Numbers in our, we had 820,000 people at the start of December. We have gone through the million and some. All right, we'd probably be 1.2 million people now or more. All right, so that is exponential growth, guys. This is going to go over saying. Over 800 sold this morning. 800,000. Since this morning. Well, 800,000 what, sorry? Dollars. Oh, Crew. Awesome. Awesome. All right. So, guys, that's really rocking and rolling at the moment. Now, if you have not heard about the Marathon 260 education course, oh my God, go and work out what it is and buy it. All right. It's discounted in January alone. We've got a few days left. It's $500, which you can pay off in two $50 ones. And then as well, it's $100 a month for 8 months. So it's a total of $1,300. You get 13,000 crypto units for that. You get your Eventi ticket to Moscow, Russia. And you get 8 months solid training, teaching you how to go from zero to a multiple six-figure income. Not only that, I'm sure your teams will have their link arms and charge together chat groups and so forth. I know I've got mine. All right, be involved in that. That will change everything. All right, you may say, oh, I haven't got much time. You make time for things you want to do. All right, you might not have time to go play golf either, but I bet you do if you want to. All right, you could forge out an hour or two here and there to make this thing happen. So are there any other questions, guys? I know I'm off here on a rant. We've been on for really only 40 minutes. We've done it pretty quickly. Any other questions, guys, before we wind up? When are we listing the Crew? We'll have our internal exchange by the end of March. And then after that, Andre did an update webinar. So I've got to refer back to those. We'll be working on our blockchain through to mid-year. We'll hit the cryptocurrency exchanges then, and then we'll be on the free market by the end of the year, guys. There is lots of, I actually did projection video based on Andre's update webinar on the 28th of December. All right, we finally got the legible charts that he was showing on that updated webinar. We couldn't read them, but now we can. Very, very exciting stuff, guys. It's kind of indicating that Chicard and things and the ecosystem is going to start rolling out in the very near future, which will be absolutely exciting. I'm hoping, oh, not hoping, I know it's coming, but I'm hanging out for it. All right, because that will allow people to earn a lot more now money as well. Okay, it's long-term wealth. All right, guys, unless there's any last questions, there's Q&A there, what's that? What about the profit bonus for this month? December was a bit up and down in our investments, guys. All right, some stuff went down, some stuff went up. We made a profit, but it wasn't huge. All right, so why pay a profit bonus that's going to be worth a few cents? Just reinvest it. That's what happened there. All right, we just tipped it back in, so we'll get more next time, which is obviously the right thing to do. All right. Thanks, Tom. I do my best. I'm just a bloke having a go. Just having a go more than some, that's all. All right. Last chance, guys. Any other questions? If not, we will call it a night because it's coming on up to midnight here and I'm losing my voice. Hussein, I'm working in government sector. How am I to spend time to learn Marathon 260? All right, guys, we know it's an international business. They know that the training, all right, might not be at the right time for you guys. So there will be recordings. So you guys can go and get the recording, watch it and implement it. All right, if you're full-time, you should be able to implement it to go, you know, double president. If you're working during this, you're going to have to forge out some time to do it. The Marathon 260, 260 days from February 2nd to Eventi in Moscow. They will have training every 3 to 4 days on all of that time, right up until Eventi, teaching you the skills, knowledge, and mindset on how to go from 0 to a 6-figure income. All right? If you embrace it, learn the skills, get your mindset right, and take action, enough action, as they say, they'll give you some base actions to take. All right? If you engage with it, you'll get, at the end of it, a 6-figure income. But if you come up with excuses, you don't do the work, all right, you do the training but never implement it, you're going to stay where you're at. All right, it's plain and simple, guys. Dreaming with no action is daydreaming. All right, you might as well sit there and walk, you know, face into the brick wall and that's it. You've got to actually get your mind right first. Now, I can testify to this because I was skipping along the bottom for a long time until I got that right. All right, I started to believe that I had freedom and choices. I was, you know, instead of, oh, I've never recruited anyone before, these online businesses don't work, I said, I am a recruiting beast. Everyone I talk to wants to join my team. I am a leader. People want to join, you know. I had to start doing that and flick the little devil that Andre talks about, all the little, you're not worthy, you can't do this. It's okay, let's do it tomorrow. Let's start tomorrow. That's the big one. Oh, procrastination. That little man, I tell you what, you know you have to make a phone call. All of a sudden, you're combing the cat's hair. All right, you're mowing the lawn, you're washing, you know, the cups at the back of your cupboard because they might have some dust on them. You know, you'll end up scrolling Google Maps from the top of India to bottom just to make sure it's there. All right, you'll come up with any BS excuse not to make a phone call or talk to someone. But here's the thing, guys. If you pick the phone up or you do a messenger or you talk to somebody, you'll realise it's not as scary as what you think. It's all just your mind fabricating things they're going to say. All right? What's the worst they can say? No, it's a scam. All right, you've heard it now. We know it's a lie. Get over it. And I'll tell you what, people will start saying yes, and you will just go fist pump. Yes. All right. In fact, do that regularly. Have a list. Write down a list. Break it down into small little bite-sized pieces. Every time you do one, cross it off and go, yeah. And then look at the next one. Cross it off. Yeah, come on. It's like patting the puppy, guys. It's training yourself to win. All right? Okay. Awesome, Tom. It sounds like you're overcoming your battle with your inner demons. So if that's what that means. So guys, I got off on a bit of a rant there at the end, but that's okay. People love it. All right. And it's so important, guys, because it all starts here. All right. Your mindset. You've got to start kicking the negative demons. And this is what the Marathon 260 will help you do. All right, so guys, on that, I think we might call it because we've been on for nearly an hour. So if there's no other questions just there. All right. Awesome. All right, guys, so on that, everyone, have an awesome night. I hope you got some value out of tonight. Welcome to the family if you're watching this for the first time. And we'll see you on the next one. Andrew out. Bye-bye.